Off the plasterer. Off the plasterer.
Is that better? Good evening and welcome to
Off the plasterer.
with me, Eric the Plasterer. Can you hear me now? Yay, thank heavens for that. I turned my microphone on, it was off, and then I turned it on, but it wasn't on, and now it is on. If you've never been here before, my name's Eric the Plasterer, this is Ask the Plasterer, and you can ask me any plastering related questions. I've been a plasterer in South London for the last 38 years, and there's not a lot I don't know about plastering anyway. We get a lot of the regular guys come along, and every other Monday at about 7 o'clock, and we chat about plastering things and about what we've been up to, what we're going to be doing, and stuff and things like that. So welcome if you're new, and welcome all your regulars. Eddie, yeah, Mike, Danny, Andrew. Hang on, let's put my chat box thingamajig on. Andrew, Danny, Mike, yeah, oh, okay, right, where are we? Haha, that's better, cool. It's not the worst thing that's happened this evening. I was setting this up and my camera, which is set up here, fell down and went bang on the old top there, and when I picked it up the picture of me was just fuzzy and out of focus, and whatever I did on the camera wouldn't change it, so I thought it had it, but I did the classic, turned it off, turned it on again, and thankfully it was alright. So there you go, there you go. You can hear me now then. Yep. Maybe not going to have to learn to... no, you're alright now, Mark. You're alright, mate. Oh, that's better. Yeah, no, it's good. You can hear. Yeah. How's everybody? You all been nice and busy and having a lovely day? Having a lovely weekend? What have you done over the weekend, guys? And girls? Sorry. I'm on the old Ribena beer tonight. I'm out of Coca-Cola. And real beer. Hope you've all grabbed yourselves a drink, as usual. Get your feet up, got some crisps, packet of peanuts. Maybe eating your dinner. Oh, Mike Brownut. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Welcome along. Welcome along. Had a few hiccups with my microphone at the beginning there. Well, nobody's not been up to anything. Have you seen my new website? Or my updated website? Do you like it? Is it any good? Hello, Mike. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. At least you can hear me and talk to me, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, my friend. I'm very good. I don't know if you've seen this before, Mike, or if you've been along before. It comes out on YouTube and on Facebook, and it's every other Monday from 7. And yeah, anything about plastering you want to ask me, mate, this is always a good place to turn up and ask. So yeah, feel free on that front. Well, it looks like everyone's had a rubbish weekend and a rubbish week last week then. And today. I finally got the last few kitchen cabinets I needed to put up in my kitchen to get it finished. And I got all the carcasses of those in today. And there's a bit of a rush to just have a tidy up before I shut up here and try to sort this lot out. But it's done now and it's okay. Working okay. Right, I've watched a couple of times. When did my shed in the summer? I'll have to send you some pictures. Yeah, please do, mate. Please do. Yeah, because you had a dab hand at like having a go yourself, haven't you? There's a lot of people who like come along to ask the plasterer whether they're like time served spreads, for DIYers or guys that are new to plastering. Ah, right, Danny. Flat out boarding, mate. Got to take a couple of days off. As I can't do rendering, as plastic's not coming till... Oh, right, okay, till next week. And the window and door fitters are on until Wednesday. At least all the boarding is done. Now, mate, I've got all your text up there. Sorry, mate. At least the boarding's all done. Now though, 71 boards. Wow. All upstairs. It took mad to think, really. Is that 71 like 8x4s or 6x3s? It's 8x4s, mate. Ooh. You had your feet up all weekend, Mark. It makes a change. You deserve it, mate. You work hard, you and the boys. So. Well, I was going to ask any of the regular guys, or any new people come to that, is my assumption is that you do all have a website to advertise your business. Something similar to mine, possibly. Anything exciting happening to anybody? I've done a couple of plastering jobs, mostly like ceilings. Last week. They went really well thanks to my old half time as opposed to my extra time that I've been whacking in now. I'm finding I am when I want to knock out, say, a room, for example, get the ceiling done. If it's the standard size, I'm whacking half time in that now. When it comes to doing the walls, evening Johnny, nice to see you, mate. When it comes to doing the walls, I'm whacking 2 on again with half time in, trying to get done nice and quick, and then the last 2 again with half time. And I'm preferring doing it that way than putting extra time in and kind of putting all the walls on. Because it takes the same amount of time at the end of the day, but it's nice to split it into those sections and it go off faster, which is pretty good. Johnny, evening Eric. I've only just got home. Now, are you working a bit far away, mate, or been working? Oh, have you on neck of the woods, Shirley? Oh, don't call me Shirley, mate. Is it me, or is there roadworks going on? There's roadworks going on all over the place, mate. They pick their moments as they usually do. There's a water board trying to fix them millions of leaks that they've got everywhere, and just people generally digging up the roads as per usual, causing havoc. Danny, 71 8x4s, mate. Whoa, wow. 4 of them are 9.5. To go around door frames as linings were those closed with pretty still tight with 9mm. Yeah, I'm guessing you're doing all that on your own, Danny. You ain't got a labourer, mate, have you? Or you're not working with someone else? Or maybe you are on that particular job. I'm losing a bit of my head there. A bit too much light. Too much light in my studio. No, that's no better, is it? It's even worse. I'll give up. I'm not having a good night, boy. Not having a good night. Everything's going a little bit scruffy. Oh, sorry, Mark. How many sachets of half time do you use to a bag of finish it? I just use 1 bag of half time. Yeah, 1 sachet to 1 bag. Sorry, mate. I can't remember if Mark's got on there that you should maybe put 2 of those in a bag, but I don't fancy that. I stick about 1 sachet in 1 bag, and it knocks her out an hour off of my set. So I'm more than happy with that, because I can literally be getting my 2 coats on there, and then I'm taking my my plastic speed skim over it. Leave it for a little bit, taking the plastic speed skim over it again with some water, and then I go around the edges with the old trowel, and then go across the whole thing with water and my metal bladed speed skim, and jobs are good. I've half time on a Friday, mate. I love it. I love it every day now. Every day I'm doing anything. But it is good gear. I've the cider that Mark Shepherd, Easy Mix Mark, sent me. It's ready to go. I haven't opened it yet because it's like a 2 litre bottle, and once I open it, I'm gonna have to drink it all, aren't I? Because you don't want to leave it, let it go a bit kind of flat or whatever. So I thought I'm saving it up. It's all settled down nicely now. It's got a slight cloudiness to it, but I think it's that kind of cider. And yeah, and I need to be. I don't know how strong it's going to be, or how dangerous it might be. So yeah, I shall have a go at that. Maybe tomorrow sometime in the evening when I got my feet up, having a bit of a chill. So Mark, 2 sachet sets car light in an hour and a half, start to finish. I have to stick to 1 as well. Yeah, Yeah, fair enough. I just find one if I put two in it and I'm putting on two fairly big walls. I don't want it. I don't want to lose it. Or with the multi anyway. So I just stick to the one, and it's for me it's just right. That's right. But yeah, if I was going, I had a little bit of patching up to do, and I stuck a whole sachet in one bucket of gear. I mean, I was just filling in a hole, and I wanted to get it filled in really quick, and I was just using some bonding or finish. No, it was. I don't think I had any bonding. I think it was some finish, and I needed to fill these gaps in, and I thought, wax, and I wanted it to go quick because I needed to skim over it, and I did that. It just about gave me enough time to fill the gaps and bits in, and then it went like a rocket. Not surprisingly. Danny, yeah, got a labourer, but he's not that handy, to be fair. That's the trouble with labourers, mate, especially normally if they're quite young guys. Okay with moving stuff, that's about it. Yeah, so many angles cut on this job. It's a loft conversion. Okay, mate, so you've got to get those all up there as well, presumably, either on through the inside or up the outside. 10 Velux windows, 3 dormers, one of which is patio door to go out onto a balcony. Will eventually build a massive job, and that's just upstairs. You can see the size of this. Well, you're gonna have to send us in some pickies, Danny. Or if you're on the old Discord server, and I'll whack them up on here in a fortnight's time. See how impressive your balding is. Yeah, take some shots of your balding and the job in general. Well, if you're going to do a huge ceiling, mate, yeah. When it comes to the skimming part, if you're going to do that on your own, I don't know how much extra time you can put in in finish and how long it would stay pliable for. Could experiment with something like that, but because if you're doing a massive ceiling and you do get it all on because you've used extra time, it might not go off at all, might it? Or it might not go off till the next day. Oh dear. Johnny, what colour scrim tape are you using, Eric? I found the white scrim is absolutely rubbish. Back in the day, mate, which I suppose wasn't that long ago, all I used to use was the sticky white scrim, and I was quite happy with it. And then they brought out the orange one, and I thought, I'm not paying the extra for that. I'm happy with the white one. And then I was on a job, I think, where there was either some already there or they didn't have any white scrim, so I bought some orange scrim, and yeah, much more sticky, and I loved it, and I've used it ever since. I wouldn't go back to white scrim. Or the stuff I buy now, which you can get on the Amazon, and the more rolls you buy, the cheaper it is the pink one, and that's just as sticky as the orange one. Yeah, I don't know if it escapes me off the top of my head, but yeah, it's good gear. But yeah, the white one, mate, don't bother. Just yeah, if you do put the white one up on a job the day before, you go in there the next day and it's fallen down. But at least if you wanted to do that with the pink or orange one, generally speaking, it stays up if you put it on the day before and go back in the next day. But it's just got that better adhesion. Is just better when. Because I PV everything first and then stick my tape onto that, so I know it's got a nice old surface to stick to, so that sticks lovely. Sticks lovely. Right. Oh, principal high tack, that's it, mate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, high tack. Like most things, mate, when someone reminds me of the name of something, like a good friend whose name I've forgotten, I remember it, but I do get the old man memory loss. For anyone that's not been along here before, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer from the Community Boozer, and you can ask me any plastering related questions, and I will try to answer them along with the regular guys that come along, and most of which are, I think we're either all time served spreads or fairly young spreads to the game, DIYers, and just complete newbies to spreading, or potential customers to think, oh, they don't want to hire any of this bunch. Johnny, where is it from Amazon? Sorry, mate. If you go onto the Trout Talk shop, mate, and they're definitely, I'm pretty sure there'll be a link in there. Hopefully, Stuart's put up, and you can go via there and find the stuff, and it'll have a link. It'll have a link in there to Amazon. If not, mate, then you'll just need to Google it. Oh. Hello. Hello, mate. Hang on, let's turn you up a bit, make sure you're nice and loud. Hey, oh.
Can you hear me, mate?
Blimey, yeah. Sorry, mate. Keep talking. I'm trying to adjust your volume, but of course when it's quiet, I don't know if I've gone up or down.
I just wanted to call in just to say what a top job you're doing.
And thanks, mate. Yes, dear.
Also, great little hat with the Google Maps tracking thing.
What do you think?
Brilliant, mate. I tried it out for the first time today, and the customer was well impressed with that. So I thought, I'm that impressed with this, I'm going to give Eric a ring.
Ah, cheers, mate. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, especially when it's this. Because I do so much waffling lately, and no one's rang you for ages, and it's just nice to break the monotony of my voice on my own, mate. trying to think, oh, what can I say now? While people are thinking about, oh, what can I type to her?
I've always seen the number at the top of the screen, and I've often thought, should I give him a ring? But it's just because I drop my boy off to Scouts every Monday.
Oh, right, okay.
So, and then I pick him up, so it's a bit fiddly. Mark's just messaged in saying, you watching Eric? And I've just thought, bloody hell, I forgot he was on. I always forget, so... Yeah, I just wanted to say, top man, that was a brilliant little tip, that, Eric.
Cheers for that, mate.
You know what? I've been using Google Maps for about 9 years.
Wow. And you never... I mean, I can't remember how I came across it. I mean, because it's kind of like tucked in a swipe-up menu at the bottom. Because it doesn't just come up. You got to like flick the...
No, it took me a bit of digging. It took me a bit of digging to find exactly where it was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fantastic, mate. Yeah, brilliant little tip that was.
Nice one, nice one.
Listen, Eric, I can't hang about because I say I've got to go and sort my boy out, but I just want to say top job and a big up to all the lads watching tonight.
Fair enough, mate. Before you go, you still there?
Go on.
Yeah, before you go, hang on. I was going to do this competition where we are you just ringing in, or are you watching as well?
I'm just on the phone at the moment.
Oh, okay, mate. You won't be seeing this then. There's this really cool picture of this guy. He's got a beard. He's in his staircase, and he's got this real cool pose on. And
good looking guy, yeah.
Good looking guy, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Bit of an entrepreneur as well, as far as I know. And
definitely not me then, is it?
no, it is you, mate. Yeah. It's a picture that's popped up a few times recently, and you're kind of like, you know, don't put that up, guys.
Andrew Murray. Next time I see that Andrew Murray, mate, he's going to get a headlock and a little knuckle shuffle, I tell you.
Well, I was thinking we might do a competition. It's who can kind of get that kind of same pose as you've got on in this picky, mate, and send them in.
I'll tell you what, Mark Neeson does a cracking Stu Roberts impression.
Does he?
If you flick through, if you scroll through the group, he's got that pose down to a T. You'd think he was my younger brother. Yeah,
nice one, mate. Okay, Steve. Yeah, so I'm gonna have that as a little competition, mate. Who can do the best one of that? I'll let you go and sort your boy out on that, mate. But yeah, thanks for ringing in. And I mean, I want to kind of like spread that thing around to people, because the customers, they do like kind of like, oh, it's really great to see where you were, like, you know, because I wasn't sure. You said you'd be here at this time.
They all tend to leave for work in the morning, and it just eliminates that anxiety of, when's the trades we're going to turn up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that was fantastic, mate. But Yeah, listen, all the best, Eric.
All right, mate.
Job, and I'll catch you next time.
All right, cheers, Stu. See you later, mate.
All
Take
the
care.
best, mate.
Speak to you later. Don't know, mate. Yeah. Yeah, for any of you guys that didn't see the little video on using the Google Maps tracker, have any of you seen that? Do any of you do it? Hey, Jamie, hello, mate. Yeah, it's a lovely pic of old Stu, that one, isn't it? Yeah, we definitely got to do. Where's he gone? We've got to do. I want to see who can send in the best dance like this. So yeah, giving it the old, your cool blue steel look, guys. Yeah, either put them like send them in to me so I can put them on here, or put them on Trow Talk, or put them on the put them anywhere you like. Oh dear. Yeah, but the old where was I? Hang on. Yeah, Stuart won't thank me if I need that on there all night. The yeah, being able to show your customers where you are on the journey to their place. Okay, because sometimes they're going to be in anyway, but oftentimes it's kind of like I say, oh, I'm going to be there at 8, and they're kind of, oh, that's fine, you know, I need to work about 8:30. If they get a little bit anxious because you get caught in a bit of traffic and it's like 8:15, rather than thinking, oh, hopefully he's going to be here in a minute, they can see exactly where you are on the old tracker. And once you get to their job, it stops, so they can't track you anymore, basically. Yeah, I've been using it for quite a while now for most of my customers, and yeah, people kind of, the customers as well, sort of say, oh, how did you do that? And, you know, I got this text, clicked on it, and then you know, I could see your little car. Well, not my actual car, a little dot in it. And they can, or people can also see whether you are in a traffic jam, and then the old red lines on the map. So if you are stuck, you know, they can kind of, well, they can see where you are. And like Stu said, it's kind of, rather than being a bit anxious of like, oh, are you gonna, you know, is he gonna get here before I need to leave? You know, do I need to leave my keys under the mat or whatever, which I don't want to do. They've got an idea. Hey, yeah, get some pics of it once doors and windows. Yeah, do that, mate. Are fitted, as we will have more light then. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll be skimming it on my own, mate. The big ceiling, about 35-40 square metres with a couple of returns. But that's downstairs. It'll be done after Christmas. Oh, fair enough, mate. You can mentally prepare yourself if it's going to be after Christmas. My boarding isn't perfect. No, it's alright, mate. Don't make excuses. Just send in the pictures. Boarding isn't perfect, but I'll get over it, mate. Yeah, well, yeah. Get a good plasterer. Get over that. No problem. Any problems? Give us a bell. After Christmas, boarding. Hello, Tara. You lovely girl, you plasterer. She's in the house tonight. Done a lovely job that I saw a few pickies of a little while back down her way. Good evening, my dear. Good evening. I'm guessing you just joined us. Had a few issues with me. I dropped my camera and it went a bit fuzzy, and it fell off the thingy, and my microphone wasn't working, and I thought I'd put it on and it still wasn't working, and I did put it on and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I'm alright now. So is it just me that uses Google Maps tracker for people, for my customers? Just me and Stuart now. Evening, Marcus. Mugshot of me there, another. Yeah, well, if you'd been here before, mate, you would have seen this. This is the second time your mugshot's been up there, Marcus. Oh yeah. You're building the old crowd up in the pub, so eventually there'd just be that everybody in Trow Talk just behind me. I'm just getting myself in the mood for the old Edinburgh, mate, because it's so far away still. Anyone who doesn't know, we're all meeting up in Edinburgh in May, and very much looking forward to it. I'm hoping there's not a train strike, because I'm hopefully going up there on a sleeper. I don't think the train strike affects that. But I don't know. Tara, you're too kind. Nah, I can't help it. I can't help it, Tara. Yeah, just got in. I expect nothing less from you. Right, yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, dear. Thank you. Richard, Eric, was you planning to get on any jobs with other YouTubers? Oh, planning to get on any jobs with other YouTubers? Well, mate, I don't, you know, don't want to kind of like, I won't say slow them down. I might kind of like be, you know, whizzing their head, and I'll be going, hold on, Eric, hang on, slow down, please, mate. And I'll be going, sorry, lads, you know, it's just the speed I work at, can't help it. But it's not, well, it's something that crossed my mind briefly, but I think because of quite a few of us live a fair old distance from each other, without doing a trip. I mean, Stuart did that trip and did the old spray plastering, didn't he? Which was good. Go and do that and get the videos and stuff. But yeah, no, I haven't considered it yet, mate. I haven't considered it yet, but who knows? James, what's everyone's choice of plastering work clothes? Bit of a random question. Quite a few guys buy the old tough stuff. I've got some tough stuff trousers, but I've got those purely by mistake. I say by mistake. I think the missus bought them for me. It's the only reason I've got them. But they're good quality. They're nice and thick, and they've got like decent pockets on them and all that kind of stuff. And I think they've got little pockets in the knees, so you can put knee pads, some kind of knee pad into your knees as well. The trousers, which is pretty good. I haven't used them that much because they're just a little bit long for me, and once you start putting turn-ups in your trousers and you're a plasterer, they just get filled up with dropped plaster, which ain't great. Oh dear. Generally, mate, I'm in the summer I'm in my old shorts and t-shirt. Like some I made a comment like, "Oh, you don't look very professional, dressed like that." And I thought, well, it was the middle of summer, and I think the client was probably out anyway. So, but there you go. I suppose in some respect it's not that professional. But when the weather was really hot, you know, it's a hard enough job as it is without having some right old thick work clothes on. Yeah. Danny, sick of plasterboard now though. Yeah, I'm not surprised, mate, after sticking that lot up. Can't wait to get on that sand cement render. Need to lose some weight. Got a couple of big... these all related, mate. Got a couple of big cables. Oh, gables to render, sorry mate. And plastics, I better hurry up. Yeah, I'm sure they will soon, mate. Well, the weather's just getting so like... bleh. It's been, I don't know where it's like where you are, it's been bucketing down with rain here this afternoon and this evening. I only know because I had to run some stuff up to my garage and got absolutely soaked. I'd hate to be doing any kind of outdoor rendering. But at least with Mark, a lot of your rendering's indoors, mate, isn't it? So. What are these, stickers or dickies? Oh, for me. But, oh, well, clothes. I thought he was talking about like a chocolate bar for a second there, mate. I thought I've heard of Snickers, but I haven't heard of dickies. Oh dear. And of course our Trail Talk t-shirts and Ask the Plasterer t-shirts and the Easy Mix, the Easy Mix t-shirts and beanies on its way, Tara. Oh, you should be able to wear what you like. Cam, build up a right sweat plastering. Maybe that's just me being new. No, it does get hot. I mean, even in the customer's house I was working in the other day, or I was doing a ceiling in there, and they've obviously got plenty of money because they had the heated full blast. Didn't seem to care, and there's a fairly big old house as well, and I had to open there was no adjustable valve on the radiator, so all I could do was open the windows as wide as I could, because yeah, it was, I mean, it was a little bit nippy out, but but it's not nippy enough to be plastering the ceiling with central heating for the radiators pumping out the heat. But yeah, do get hot tar, and I like to be comfortable when I'm plastering. Yeah, and like I say, in the summer, I'm not going to not wear shorts. I think a lot of the guys wear shorts in the summer. Yeah, you should be able to wear what you like. It's a tough old job. It's a tough old job. Richard, Eric, does extra time work on high suction backgrounds, or it just pulls in just as quick as using anything else? Yeah, no. If you've got a high suction background, Rich, is still going to pull like crazy. Unless you treated your high suction background with something. I mean, it stops it going. If you've got if your background's as it should be and there's not too much suction in it, then it delivers the way it's meant to. It lasts longer in the tub before it starts to pull, and you've got that extra time to get more of it on the wall and do a larger amount. As I said, a lot of the time now I'm putting half time in and doing 2 sections rather than like banging a whole room in one go. Because if I put on all the walls in one room, I'd kind of feel a bit under pressure. Even though you've got enough time with this stuff, but I'd rather do 2 walls and then another 2 walls with the half time in than lots of extra time in and doing the whole lot in one hit. But each to their own. People have got different methods that they do and don't enjoy. And it hasn't stopped raining here, mate. Yeah, that's it there, mate. Yeah, it was okay today, but can't do it yet. Yeah, I would prefer that. What marks? That's what mark. It's all. Oh, stud petition and thermal block. Oh. Yeah. Well, Andrew, evening, Eric. As you may know, I'm a secondary teacher as well. Oh yes, mate. Yeah, and a part-time spread. I've had many tradesmen comment on how young people 16 to 18 are not as effective as labour era. Sorry, mate, it's me. As they should be. What skills and attitude would you, as tradespeople, suggest teachers should be advising students who want to enter the trade? Hang on, mate. Just grasp the first part of your question. Oh, as a labourer. Sorry, mate. That's got split into 2 words. I don't know what teachers could teach them, mate, apart from his attitudes. Attitudes are hard to teach. a lot of younger guys, they want I think it's the age we live in at the minute, want that kind of fame, want to make, well, who doesn't want to make money easily without having to work your nuts off to do it, or to earn it. But a lot of people, younger kids, I mean, like in the past, like the only famous people were people that were like film stars and stuff like that, and then in more, you wouldn't just be a celebrity, just a sort of what's a celebrity, and then you get the old all those reality shows started happening, and those people are basically, well, not doing nothing, but it's not a job, and then suddenly they become sort of celebrities because they're on the telly a lot in whatever stupid program they might be in, and because there can be good money in it, and let's face it, if you could mess about on TV and get a good wedge for it, who wouldn't do it? But and what with that and the success of a lot of YouTubers, they hope, a lot of youngsters hope to I think just have an easier life. And when it comes to taking on a job, especially a physical one, when you're young. I mean, when I had a labourer donkeys years ago, and I'd only been plastering a few years, but he was 18, and I think I was 25 or 28 or something like that. I can't remember. And they just haven't got the, you know, for them to, if they turn up on time, like for an 8 o'clock job, or if you're meeting them somewhere to pick them up and they're there, great. But so often they're not. Or on the weekend they've had a skinful with their mates, having a good old time, and then Monday morning just don't even expect them to be there, and their attitudes can just be, you know, if something needs doing, unless you kind of like you're really on the ball with them, they'll just stand around and sort of wait for you to give them specific instructions. That's a lot of them ain't got no kind of savvy. You kind of hope that they might get taught some of that by teachers, if they're going into something. But if they know they might be going into a trade or going to become labourers or something. I mean, labouring's a start. I mean, I was a labourer before I was a plasterer, because, well, one, you get a taste for what's going on. You learn obviously from knocking up gear, especially if you're doing it for two or three spreads. You realise how hard, proper hard work really is, especially before the days of the whisk, when it was the old bathtub and all the rest of it. But yeah, I don't know, mate. The youth for today, as they say. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I was probably a bit of a lazy so-and-so when I was younger. You need a lot of sleep when you're young. That's what it is. What it is. Alright, sorry guys, I don't want to miss anybody's questions. Only ran twice today for a change. That's Jamie. Andrew, yep. Yep. Mark, floating set will soon be cheaper to do with the 15% going on wall gypsum products in the new year. Is that right, Mark? 15% hike in the prices on gypsum gear. I didn't know that. Where have you heard that from? Andrew, we see that they lack the desire and the inclination to want to graph. Basically, Andrew, yeah, there's no kind of zoom or that. They might work for you and be really good, but then kind of think, oh man, this is too much like hard work. You know, I'm never going to make me fortune being a labourer and having to work my way up to becoming a plasterer. You know, I did notice that when I was in the game a few years, and some other guys that were kind of just starting wanted me to kind of help them out. They wanted to jump straight in on the same kind of day rate that you were getting paid, which is fine if they could do it as quick or as good as you could. But yeah, but 9 times out of 10 they couldn't. And I think you can't just come in as a complete novice and try and charge top dollar, unless you're going to churn out the goods and it's you know, and it's good. Oh, find love on the best dating site. You know, you're all right. You're all right, mate. Just remember if I'll get a shot of this. Go on. Right. Bottom of the comments there, mate. Yeah, cheers, Andy. What's that? It's a lot harder to, Danny. It's a lot harder to render on thermal blocks. Oh, Mark, mate, and I think we'll always crack eventually. Even if you use a weaker mix and mesh it. Even though I would rather do it, I'm honest, hate dot and dab. Yeah, I don't do, I rarely do any dot and dabbing with someone, like say, if I'm faced with a brick wall when I walk in someone's house, unless they want it left brick of course, I will float and set it rather than dot and dab it. Yeah. But but I have a lot of people I've quoted to float and set. The other spreads that have gone in there have just priced them to dot and dab everything, which is fine if you like dot and dab. But I suppose a lot of customers don't know the difference between dot and dabbing something or floating and setting it. If you are a customer and you want to know, ask me and I'll tell you what the difference is. Mark, thermalites are a nightmare, Danny. Far too much prep to do properly. Is that just literally because there's too much suction in them, Mark, I suppose? Is the ideal then bricks, or it's not concrete, is it? Concrete's not an ideal, is it? Bricks, I suppose. Bricks is the ideal. Pardon me, as opposed to thermalite blocks. Excuse me. Yeah, my earphones aren't working tonight either. That was going wrong, so I can't hear the lovely sounds of and the ambiance of the community boozer at the Hawk and Trail this evening. It's just all I can hear is the hum of my computer and the dulcet tones of my own voice. Sadly. Concrete blocks. Oh yeah, because there's no suction in concrete blocks, mate. I didn't think you'd like to do concrete blocks with sand and cement. I think only because when I've had to do partly some concrete blocks with some sand and cement, it just took forever to go off or to pull in. So I could rule it off without it just falling down or like doing that down the wall. That's probably just not very good. Not very good mix, and not the skills and talents of a guy that's put on more render than I've had on dinners. Tara, how come you don't like dot and dab, Danny? Just curious. I can tell you why I don't like it, Tara. While Danny's typing. It's just because you tend to get that little hollow behind. Everything's a bit. If you float and set something, you've got your brickwork and you've got a nice thick coat of half an inch of bonding or browning or whatever. Then you've got a skim on top of that, and you've got a nice solid anything you want to fix to a wall. You've got a nice solid fix in there. Whereas when you've got it like that and you put dabs on the wall, and then you may have a board that's might have foam on the back of it or whatever, or it might just be an ordinary board you stick in. You've got the gaps you've got within. Just when you're trying to get fixings, you've got to make sure that you use a proper fixing that can open up the splay behind the plasterboard, put it back against the back of it, or go through the void and then into the brickwork or the blockwork. That's why I don't like dot and dabbing. It's quicker. Well, quicker. It's sort of quicker. The drying time's much less because it's just that you're waiting for the dabs to go off, and then you're just skimming it and the skim goes off. Whereas if it's floated and set with bonding, or especially if it's sand and cement, then yeah, it's going to take a lot longer to go off before it dries. Hey. I don't know why Danny don't like it. Probably for the same reasons. Or just it's not if you're doing a lot of dot and dabbing, and it's not really plastering. It's it's dot and dabbing because you're spending all that time like cutting your balls and sticking them to a wall. Whereas if you really enjoy the spreading, then that's what you want to be doing. Danny, don't like balding, Tara. Be fair with you, even though I've done a shed load of it lately, and much more to come down the stairs as well. You got to do, mate. Much rather float and set. In fact, it's the floating part I love the most. Yeah, I agree. Floating sets much better. Yeah. No, I like. Do like a bit of floating and setting. I mean, if there is an awful lot to do, I sometimes think to myself, well, it might be a bit easier to dot and dabble this rather than float it. But hey ho. Richard, Eric, would you charge any more or less when dabbing or floating set? Or works out more expensive in materials? Probably a dot and dabbing will work out more expensive. Yeah. No, actually, it depends what kind of boards are being stuck up. I mean, if you're just literally sticking plaster boards to the dabs, then that's not too bad. But you can, which in a lot of cases, when you're dot and dabbing, it'll be some kind of thermo kind of backing on the board, whether it's the foam type or different sponges you can get on the back of them, and those balls cost an arm and a leg. You normally use specific ones, whatever the regulations are, or have you been asked to use, if it's a new build, use specific materials. But I suppose if you're just literally sticking a bog standard plasterboard to a wall, dot and dab, compared to the floating set, and the amount of, especially now it's going up as well, the amount of bonding you have to buy to bond, like if you're doing a whole stairs and landing and all the walls are back to brick and you're going to bond them all with bonding or hard wall, now that's getting obviously a lot more expensive. But then everything else is as well, the boards and what have you. I'm not 100% about having specific amounts to do. I've never really calculated it and not done enough boarding lately to compare price wise to floating and setting. But yeah, generally, I mean, because sometimes you got a situation where a wall is too. One I did in one of my videos, all the old plaster had blown on it, and for an old original wall in an old house, it was really tight, and all the skirting and stuff was still all there, and that was staying. And if I'd even really tightly tried to stick the thinnest plasterboard by dot and dabbing it against that brick wall, it would have come that far proud of the face of the skirting. So it had to be floating set, because you've got that. You can make it more thickness it needed to be. So yeah, just another reason. That was a wall that I floating set, because you couldn't dot and dab it if you wanted to, unless you took off the skirting and then redid the skirting. But that's a whole different job, and if they've got coving, then a similar issue. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, floating and setting is. I mean, when I did a little bit of labouring before I started out, and watching the guys, there was no dot and dabbing. I was on a new estate being built in Guildford, and spreads in there. They would just whack I think they use a lot of bonding and browning in there. They would just whack it on the hole. They wouldn't even do screeds. They would just whack a whole wall on, and they would like cross it up, down. I think some of them did have straight edges with bubbles in as well. And yeah, before you know it, they floated a wall, and they'd float X amount, and then lunchtime they'd turn around and go back and just skim everything that they'd floated in the afternoon, and they did knock out a fair amount of gear. And it's just, if you're used to doing that, and it's especially when you've got labourers knocking up all your gear, which was the only thing I missed about not working on a site, is having loads of gear knocked up for you. Either your labourers, or if it's a massive job where they've got kind of teams of labourers knocking up gear for everybody, for all the spreads. That's lovely. That's lovely. That picture of yours, Mark, where you've got those 3 or 4 spot boards all piled up with render, mate. Lovely. I would love to have been there and help you stick that lot on. With Colby and what have you. Mark, sand and cement is probably the cheapest, that's why we do so much of it. Yeah, we're sand, doesn't it, at the end of the day. I think it's only the cement that takes the price up a bit. Yeah, yep, tiles are proper plasterer. They're floating and setting. Can't beat it. You can't beat. Has dare I ask if anybody watched the old I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? Have you got any views on old Matt Hancock? Oh dear. Not that's got anything to do with plastering, of course. Oh, I noticed that before, Tara. It's a lovely picture of you on that. On your, is that your YouTube picture? Some different profiles got different pics on, haven't they? Oh, what's the time, boys and girls? Oh, only a couple of minutes to 8. Ah, dear. What else has been occurring? Yeah, finished off the kitchen. Christmas is coming. I meant to get some deckies up in the pub, but I'll do that for next time. And it'll be even closer. Even closer. How many days we got left to get all the presents and stuff, especially for your other halves. Is that done? Yeah, I'd love to come over to the Emerald Isle. One of your jobs. Yeah, that would be fun, mate, wouldn't it? That would be fun. Would we get paid though, or would we just be helping Mark out for free, just for the fun, just for the crack? No, this week I am purely I'm doing stuff at home, finishing my kitchen. My daughter's father-in-law to be, who's a decorator, has started fitting the kitchen at her place and has asked if I've got any time to go and give him a hand over there, which I think I will be doing on Friday. Thursday I'm looking after my grandkids, which I'm looking forward to. Wednesday. What day is it today? It's Monday today. Tomorrow I'm still doing my kitchen, and Wednesday I think there's something planned, I just can't remember. Gives me memory shot. James, do you still go barbecue? Oh, B&Q. Sorry, mate. See, I'm thinking about food because I haven't had my dinner yet. Used to go B&Q for the materials. I do, mate. I'm making the most of it because it's. I thought it was going to shut before Christmas, but apparently it's got a few more months left of life in it, and I've gone there for donkey's years, and I'm going to quite miss it as it goes. But I think they're just going to build more flats on the site once they've knocked it all down. But so yeah, I'm still currently going there, even though you have got to really watch their pricing. They just whack stuff up, and they're really bad at putting the wrong prices by stuff. And you get to the till and and then you look at the bill and you think, how much was that? And then you have to take a double take and they'll go back and say, no mate, over on the old that's not what it says it costs over there. Oh, someone must have put it on the wrong shelf, mate. But I'm used to it. I'm very careful when I buy stuff in B&Q. Yeah, I tell you what, Mark, I do so little rendering now, mate. That might, I think I will get myself an old, well, not an old, a new carbon trowel, as opposed to the, especially as they seem to be coming back into fashion. Because yeah, my stainless steel ones, just that old bonding and finish, it doesn't really wear them in very well. Oh dear. I'd love to do some rendering in like with you lot over there and indoors, working as a team. That kind of rendering I would enjoy. Rendering on my own outside for people over here, nah, I'll be bothered. Too much hassle with the weather being so wet or unpredictable. Oh, excuse me. Oh, must go to bed a bit earlier tonight. Donald, I'm seeing a slowdown, mate. Hiya. It can happen before Christmas, it has done to me before. Other times I've been really busy, but I don't think it's just me around these parts, because it has got a couple of other guys I know. They've still got work coming in, but it has gone a bit quieter than usual. I think it's people being customers being apprehensive about literally how much their electricity bills are going to start coming in at, because no really big bills have been coming in for anybody, I don't think, just yet. Once they do, I don't know if people cut their cloth accordingly, and as always, there's people out there that aren't affected by the cost of living crisis. They can have what they want. So yeah, if they want a decent plasterer, they'll just pay one, and but it's making sure that they've got your number, and you become their preferred plasterer, and then they can keep you busy. Or sometimes, as I've done in the past, work for an architect, and then the architect's clients take you on to do their plastering via the architect, but that can be a bit of a pain. But there's a lot of higher end work in that department. Yeah, Mark, working in a squad, mate, is a bit of crack. You do have, at the end of the day, you do have a bit more fun. You've got someone else to talk to, rather than either just listening to the radio or singing. Yeah, and when I have teamed up with a couple of friends of mine to do like a building project, of which I was also doing the plastering, and worked with them for 3 or 4 months, and then just got used to that and the camaraderie and all the rest of it, and then you go back to going on your own. And initially it's kind of like, ooh, this is what? But it don't take long to get used to it again. But yeah, it's not as much fun. Working in a team, if you've got that kind of work and you're in a team and there's plenty of work coming in for all of you, it's great. Without a doubt. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning this evening a lot more than I normally do. It's only what's the time? It's only 8:05. It gets dark so early. I mean, coming in and then having a shower and putting my pyjamas on. It's only 5 o'clock. But if you're not going back out anywhere and it's cold and raining and dark, then why not put your gym jams on? Why not? I've noticed there's a few more people in the definitely going to Edinburgh list at the minute. I hope everything pans out alright for that. Danny, do you ever use the old Google like Maps or Google like the tracker? The customer can sort of see where you are. It depends who you're working for. Like, I mean, I would assume like Mark and the gang don't need to have a tracker for their or for their company or whatever to know what time they're turning up. Probably they didn't know. James, do you usually buy the normal bonding or the 60-minute bonding? No, normal bonding, mate. Yeah, they're 60. I mean, normal bonding goes off at a decent, well, when you want it, it goes off at a decent rate normally. I have had situations where I've done a small patch of bonding. Thought it would go off quite quickly. Didn't put any half bonding half time in it, and it took whatever was. I don't know if something was wrong with the bonding or what it was, but it took all day to dry. I went and had some lunch and came back, and it was still far too wet to do anything with it. And because it was such a small area, I really wished I'd put some half time for bonding in it, but probably would have been quicker to scrape it back off, if I'm honest, knock up some more bonding with some half time in it, and then put that up. But yeah, no, the 60-minute stuff, I'd be too worried it might start going a bit lumpy at the bottom. Which I found with ordinary bonding, if you're knocking that up, no matter how well you knock it up, if you're not getting through it like really quick and you're taking it from a tub as opposed to having it on a spot board due to lack of room, it starts getting lumpy in the bottom. Unless, like if I'm doing a lot of bonding and I'm not going to put any skim on it till the next day, I'll whack some extra time, just ordinary extra time. It's not specifically for bonding. Into the bonding, the bag, yeah, sachet a bag, and lovely and creamy, and stays like that. You've got quite a lot of time to mess about with it, and you can get loads of bonding done on a day before, and then I mean the next day it doesn't mean you've got PVA at all, but hey ho, depends what the job is I'm doing. But the 60-minute stuff, yeah, I'd be a bit concerned it just might go too quick. What's that, Danny? It'll come time. What did you put before that time? It'll come time. One day you'll be able to look at a ceiling and be like, yeah, that's 3 bags and another 6 bags for the walls, etc. Yeah, you do get that. That just comes with experience of knowing how many bags you normally use on a ceiling or you set on a wall. Generally, as a rule of thumb, go into a room, I think, I mean, it's too much. The standard room, I'll go like 2 bags for the ceiling and 2 bags for those 2 walls, 2 bags for those 2 walls, so I've got 6 bags of finish to do a room, and generally 6 bags of finish is too much, because you find the ceiling only takes a bag and a quarter or a bag and a half, but yeah, 5 bags normally does an average room of skim if you're doing the ceiling as well. And yeah, and then you just get the hang of that and just add a little bit more if it's a bigger room. But yeah, Tara, that does come in comes with practice like anything else. You measure the square meterage and do it that way from the bag of skim, nothing covers. Yeah, I've in the past I've tried, whenever I've measured up a job and tried to, even if I've used some kind of special calculator to work out how much gear I need, and I've either bought tons too much, it might just be my maths, or just nowhere near enough. Generally it's always been too much, and I think that's because I've always rather putting it on thinner than they've kind of like allowed for, and you end up with 10 bags of bonding that aren't required on that particular job. Google Tracker, mate, yeah. If you go on I don't know how many people see my videos now when I do put one up. I put one up there called Google, I think the first I called it Google Stop My Customers Hating Me. This is a bit of an attention thingy. Now I've changed the name of it to Google Love, and it's basically about the tracker, about using it to, if you've got Google Maps, you've got a Google Tracker that you can send to people, your customers. Basically, you've got your Google map on, your customer's address is in it. If you've got it on your phone, you swipe up once you've started the journey, like press the start button so the journey's about to start. Flick up from the bottom and it says share trip progress, click on that. You've got an option, you can, names come up from your, that are in your phone. You can either scroll through those and just click on one, or go to the end of this scroll and put a phone number in. Generally just click on the name of the person, customer's name that you put into your phone. That generates an email that says, I'm on my way, follow my journey on Google Maps. I edit the beginning and put is Eric the Plasterer, and then it says I'm on my way, track me on Google Maps. And that little email, that little text, you then press send. It sends it to the customer. They click on the link, and a little map comes up of their place and basically where you're leaving from, and they can watch your journey until you get to their house. Which, if they're waiting to go out, whether it's to go to work or just generally, sometimes it's just nice. The customers just like to know exactly when you're going to turn up, and when you get to the job, it stops tracking. So that's that. And yeah, I found customers really love it, and I've stuck it on my website as well, that the customers can track me to their door, so they know exactly what time I'll arrive, or what time to put the kettle on, or so they're not anxious about, is he going to be here before I need to leave for work. Hopefully he is, but I don't know, and I don't really want to ring him if he's driving or whatever. But yeah, Google Tracker. If you've got Google Maps on your phone, you've got a Google Tracker that you can send to people, to customers. Get their address up. Start your journey. Sweep up from the bottom. Share trip progress, and the rest, kind of what comes up after that, is self-explanatory. It's good stuff. Customers love it. Watch the video. Right, we're doing here, calculations. Bag for every 3 sheets. Is that for every 3 sheets of 8 foot by 4 foot boards though, Mark? Because I always use 6 by 3 foots. So I would mess that up straight away. Bag would be 3 sheets soon enough, Mark. 3 sheets of 8 or 5 written on. Yeah. Oh, how are we doing? 8:15. Yeah, got a little while yet. Danny, I always let them know anyway, mate. That sounds a good idea. I mean, I let them know that I can, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be there at 8, or I'll text them and go, I'm on my way, should be there in half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, depending how far away it is. But on that journey, it's explained in the video, mate. On that journey, if you do, it depends whereabouts you're working. You start hitting traffic, or you get stuck in traffic jams, and it's like, well, I ain't going to be there at 8 now, am I? Because I'm stuck in this. Oh, I ain't going to be there. I'm going to be 15-20 minutes late. Yeah, you can illegally text the customer to tell them you're going to be 15 minutes late. You could ring them on your hands-free, or not on your hands-free, or they could just see where you are anyway because you sent them a tracker. So it's not an issue, and they can see the old red line when you're in traffic jam and go, oh, he's obviously held up in that little bit of traffic there. And that's why I do it. And just people kind of like, wow, that's good. How did you do that? Yeah, it was great just to be able to see where you were, and oh, he's here, he's outside, before you get to the door and knock on it. 8x4. That's right. Yeah. See, on these big site jobs, Mark, you use big boy proper plasterballs, the old 8x4s. But I've been doing domestics for so long, 6x3s all the way, mate, because they're much easier to handle and get up and down staircases and in little domestic houses and stuff like that. So yeah, I would have been. I'd be buying far too much plaster in that case. Tara, you've done a good job on updating your website, Eric. That's mint. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Oh, and I've updated again for anybody that doesn't know, you can Google your business basically. If you've got any kind of business, you can get it on Google for nothing, and it puts you basically in search rankings and stuff when people are looking for plasterers on this occasion. And updated that because I looked at it and it said, oh yeah, I've got 5 years plus experience. And I thought, wow, well, you need to update that, mate. And yeah, and the name of it, there were no, well, the only picture on it was a Google Maps picture of what's meant to be where I operate from, which is my house. And there's some fella, when Google took the picture, there's a big old like waste collecting lorry out there right in front of me, and all you can see in this Google picture is this fella's name, you know, waste collection. And I'm thinking, well, people are clicking on my a link that's going to go on Google for developmency plastering or for plasterer.org.uk, and they see this kind of like this big old like house clearance lorry, and they're thinking, oh, is this the same fella? Does he do house clearances as well? Looks a bit, yeah. Just want a plasterer. So I had to get onto Google and sort of say, can you change that picture please, because you know, when people go, well, where does this plasterer live, it just brings up this Google picture of this big old lorry outside my house. Which yeah, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It only takes too long with 6x3. Well, it would take too long on that job you're on, mate. If you had to do that many 8x4s, then I'd try to think how many 6x3s you'd have to cut. And stagger the joints, preferably. Yeah, no, I just avoid 8x4s on domestics, especially because 9 times out of 10 I'm doing bedrooms for people upstairs. The rest of their house is lovely, and I don't want to be trying to get 8 foot by 4 foot up their staircase and risk damaging their lovely silk wallpaper or whatever it is they've got on the wall in the stairwell. You take a gouge out of it, or you kind of scrape it with the edge of an 8x4 when you're trying to bend it round the corner. Yeah, it could cost you. Which is the only reason I use them. If I was working in a big job that I was building out, I would get the 8x4s, and better than that, I would get them delivered, so they're already there when I got there, so I didn't have to mess about with that. Mike, I use Google Business. Yeah, advertise works great. Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It does. I hadn't updated mine for so long. I was finding when I put a search in, even if I searched my road and I wasn't coming up. And that's the only reason I looked at it, and it kind of thinking, wow, it's bad, and needs updating now when it's gone right down to any kind of search rankings. So I tidied up my website and put a video of me having a hello, this is Eric the Plasterer, blah blah blah. Welcome to my website. Video at the beginning of it, just to make it a bit more friendly, and people can see straight away who you are. I mean, it might put them off. I don't know. Obviously that's linked to my Google Business. What you call it? Google Business, I suppose. Yeah, it's linked to the Google Business, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks my rankings will start to come back up, so people can actually get the opportunity to see my website if they put plasterer or local plasterer or not so local plasterer. Oh dear. And it's probably over 100, I'd imagine, mate. You probably Richard, Eric, do you like using masking tape on coving and woodwork, or wipe up with a cloth at the end? Oh, I'm a wipe up with a cloth at the end, man. Yeah, I think I tried before using masking tape, but I found it so twiddly and time consuming. I mean, I spent quite a lot of time on my jobs making sure I've covered everything in plastic, you know, all my carpets and stuff, wall to wall, all be taping around the edges of it. That's all nice. I must spend at least an hour on a lot of jobs putting flooring down. Unless it's just literally a square room, then obviously it don't take as long. But if it's a whole stairs and landing, yeah, I'm just careful how, as you say, you still get it smudged, don't you? And I tend to run a brush along it, and then I've got a big microfiber yellow cloth, and I'll just like wet that, and I'll just run that along the bottom of the cove, or the top if it's the ceiling, to clean it off. And then I finish, 9 times out of 10, always finish off with a bead of cork, because that really gives it a nice white line offset to the plaster, especially if it's new plastered walls and I'm putting up coving. Oh no, it's already up there. Yeah, I'm plastering up to the original coving, cleaning it off as I go, and then running a bead of cork around it, top and bottom, when I'm done. Just looks a lot nicer. But yeah, I think I tried messing about with tape before, but I think another time when I did it, and as I was pulling it off, because the tape was a little bit too good, it was starting to pull the cardboard off of the cove, because it was just a gyprock cove. Mike, did you make your website or paid someone to do it? No, I made it, mate. Made it quite a while ago. It's a Wix website. They've got, even since I last updated it, which was a couple of years ago, I think, probably. It's got a lot more stuff on it than it used to have. I mean, initially you start off with a free one, and now I pay 25 quid a year, I think it is, for it to host my, and it's all drag and drop stuff where you can put pictures on there. Now you can put pictures, videos, you can put them where you like. There's millions of things you can do, and probably a lot of things that I don't bother with because I don't need to, or don't have the time to mess about with it. But yeah, you can put together a really good website on there. As I say, initially there's a free one, and if that has everything on it you need, I don't know, because I've had a paid one, but went to the paid one for quite a few years now. I can't remember how far you can go on a free one before you think, oh, I can't. I want to put videos up, but I can't put videos on the free one. But I think you can put videos on the free one. But something will crop up where it says, oh, if you pay for it, you can do this and this that you can't do on the free one. So yeah, Wix, W-I-X, I use that to build my own website, and works well. It's got all the stuff on there to help link you into Google and all the rest of it. And yeah, and I my name, the Plasterer.org, my domain name, which I've obviously had for years, I got that through that Ionos when it used to be called One to One. That one that's got an advert with some little old lady coming into someone's shop for their website. They do websites as well. I just bought my domain name, plasterer.org.uk, from there, and that used to cost me £1.99 a year, or you paid for 2 years, and I think it was £4 or something silly. I think now it might be a tenner, if that. I don't think it's that actually for the year. There's about 25 quid from the website a year, and either or a tenner for my domain name, which I've now switched across to the Wix website, because it comes up just comes up better in searches as plasterer.org.uk rather than Eric at Wix or whatever it was before that. But yeah, so it's all fairly reasonably priced if you know where to go and what to do. And I've just got to get rid of this hot girl on here. I'm not talking about Tara, I'm talking about this podcast. There we go. Gone. Aha! Did you make your website? Oh yeah, sorry Mike, yeah, I've read that one. Danny, yeah, taping is over in is a right pain as soon as you go. Yeah. absolutely agree. As I said, the one I think I only tried it once. I thought, oh no, I'm just going to stick to cleaning it off afterwards. And yeah. Sorry, I was pondering. Then. Yeah. The best one there is still on here. Oh dear. What's the time? Can I go home yet? If you have only just joined us, or recently joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer in southwest London for the last... South London for the last 38 years. And it's not a lot I don't know about plastering. You can ask me any plastering related questions on this at the Old Hawk and Trout pub, which is our community boozer, where we like to meet with the regulars and any newbies or time-served tradesmen or DIYers for a chat, everything plastering related and about life in general of a plasterer. Yeah, have a look on there, Tara. I mean, it's quite easy to do. But yeah, let me know you get on. Send us a message and have a nosy at it. Send me a message and yeah, keep you busy. Behave yourself there, Danny. Oh, I'm going to enjoy my dinner tonight. Apart from, we bought some those thin, like McDonald's type chips that you can do in the oven or your air fryer, cheaper. And you do them just right and take them out. And if you, as I've discovered earlier when I tasted one, if you leave them for 5 minutes or so, they go not rock hard but hard. And I'm thinking, that's a bit odd. Which is a bit disappointing when you start taking them out of the fryer and they're just right. But if you kind of like tonight, I'm going to be warming up my dinner in the old microwave. Yeah, they're like hard. Not, I'm looking a bit, a bit softer, like a chip, thin chip. Okay. Well, we got there in the end this evening. We started off a bit slow, boys and girls. But, the good old Stuart rang in. Bless him. Bear with me, my people. Right. Right, people, I'm going to call it a night. So thanks everybody for coming. Richard, Mike, and Danny, and Tara, and everybody else, and Richard, and yeah, rubbish memory. Everybody. It's been yet another blast. Yet another blast. But thanks for coming. I'll see you again in a fortnight's time. If I don't see you first on Trout Talk or on what's my forum called? On my Discord forum. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Night, oh night, Tara. Oh no, don't. Just a bit fast. Yeah, she would kill you off. don't know if we've got anybody marked or not. Right, have a great rest of the week, people, and I will speak to you very soon. Cheers, Mark.